It is official. Bernie Sanders has officially dropped out of the presidential election. So this was pretty interesting to wake up to this morning. I didn't expect Bernie to drop out this soon. I personally thought he would tough it out until the convention, but looking back, I do see why he did it. I mean, he was 300 delegates behind Biden. All the polls for the future primary states looked abysmal for him. And ultimately, I think the Wisconsin primary put him over the edge when you saw people voting, during a pandemic. And you know, I guess in his mind, he thought his campaign was over, and he figured, he shouldn't have people going out there basically risking their lives to cast their votes for him. So I think in the end, that's why he decided to actually drop out. But of course, this was a long time coming. But I mean, a few months ago, Bernie was the front runner, and the Biden campaign was on life support. The Biden campaign was in the ICU, being resuscitated, and the only reason it got that way is because Barack Obama orchestrated all the other moderate Dems to essentially drop out and endorse Biden. That's the only reason we have a Biden versus Trump race. I mean, candidly, otherwise we would have had Bernie versus Trump. And in that case, I would say it would be tougher for Trump to win. I mean, he has incumbency advantage. The Bernie coalition is certainly weakened since the last time, but I think it would have been tougher because Bernie does bring a certain energy on the left that can kind of almost counter what the right has. But I think at the end of the day, Trump would have been a better campaigner. And I think this time around, Trump would have still won, but it would have been closer. And I think now that it's Biden versus Trump, there's going to be a lot of states that are blue that are going to be much closer. I could see states like Nevada flipping to Trump. I could see New Hampshire flipping to Trump. I could see a lot of states that Hillary Clinton barely won last time going to Donald Trump, because when they look at Joe Biden, there's just a shell of a man there. There's somebody who can't cognitively put across a sentence. His speeches are word salad, and he just rambles on and on about things that aren't even related to what the topic is that he's talking about. So I think that, coupled with the fact that Joe Biden's campaign has a lot of low enthusiasm, it's mostly old Democratic boomers who would vote for anybody but Trump anyway. So, those are people you're never going to win over. And I think ultimately, in the end, it's going to give Trump a bigger victory in 2020, even despite what's happening right now with coronavirus, the economy. Especially if Trump plays the situation right and does give the American people a better stimulus bill in the future. I mean, he really does have a large chance of winning in 2020. So, of course, this was big news. And personally, I thought it would come a lot later, but it has happened. But it'll be interesting to see where the progressive left moves on from Bernie, because obviously I don't think they're just going to fade into obscurity. They're obviously going to pick new figureheads. New figureheads will rise up through the ranks, and probably in 2024 we'll see who those people are. But maybe in 2022, because that'll probably be a Democratic wave year if Trump wins. I mean, just looking back at electoral history, 2022 is going to be rough to Republicans. That's just how it's always been. 2014 was a bloodbath for the Democrats. They got destroyed. And I think 2020 is going to be the same way if Trump's the incumbent. But, I mean, that's still 2 years away. We have to focus on 2020 now. But I'll probably make, in the future, hopefully in a couple days, a video basically as an autopsy to the Bernie Sanders campaign. Why his campaign didn't end up pulling through to the primary and ultimately making it to the general. But that's it for this video. I'm going to go back to doing my regular prediction videos. I was going to start a series where I analyze each state, very specifically each swing state, and those will be coming out later today, so stay tuned for those, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.